G'day all, welcome back to Dad vs Son and our playthrough of Fighting Formations Scenario 1. A surprise at sunrise from GMT and Chad Jensen. And we're about to go on with time 3, which is, well, what is it? Is turn 3, I should say, time 10. And I've got to admit, I've screwed up. I shouldn't have really put these here. But I'm not going to move them because I was forgetting that next turn the other Russians turn up and they can turn up anywhere along here. So they could plonk themselves right bloody here, and if they got the initiative, and blow the crap out of all this before I can get over there. So I need to finish up here really, really quickly, blow these little shits away so I can start getting some tankies back over that way. Okay, so this time the good thing is that the Russians have no command token whatsoever. I've got a tactical over here and a tactical over on these couple of tanks over here that I've got. That's the one of the Panzer 3J platoons and the single Panzer 2F. So I think first up, let's blow some things away if we can. We have on the German side 9 initiative. So what I want to do in the first instance is I'm going to take one of the 3 threes off the order matrix, which is a bit of a waste, but I'm going to use it for a 2 for fire. So take 3 off anyway, it's for 6. I'm going to put a mission token down on these little tankies here. It's on these tanks. And I'm going to shoot. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to shoot with this tanky at these tankies here. So we have 24. Let's turn them over to make sure we're right. We're activating all of these like that. So we're going to shoot for 24 at range 9, so we're fine. And it's a rear or flank shot into these, so that's really good. So we've got 24 with a 1 hindrance. Now, do we get anything extra for that? Let's just have a quick look. We do have smoke, and we do have the better shots, but I don't really think we need the better shots. Direct fire. We're not assaulting, we're not long range. We get a +1 die for short range because we're adjacent. Yep. Okay. So we're going to have die 12s, and we're shooting for 24 to start with, plus 15 is 39. Okay. At this little fella here, and he's 16. So he can't do anything about it because the most you can get is 36. So they are hit. And it is an unconfirmed kill on them. Okay, now return fire. Is going to be tens minus 1 die to 8s because it's the pivot of the turret. Plus 1 for that, so it's going to be 10s. And he's firing for 15 into our front arc with a hindrance of 1 and a rate of fire of 4. Oh, sorry, can't fire. Not unless they get a... they split. So he can't fire back because it's an unconfirmed kill and it's not an order. Return fire. Or is it? Bum, bum, bum. I think it is. So he's going to split his platoon in 3. He gets 3 single units. 1, 2, 3, and 1 is an unconfirmed kill. And it doesn't matter which one fires back. He's firing for 12. Plus 8 is 20. So all we need is a 3 or more. And we get 12. And he is spent because he rolled a 3 and a 5 because they're 5s on this side for rate of fire. So this guy is done. And he fired, which costs 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, next one to fire is going to be this little fella here, who is going to fire at this fella here. Well, he's going to fire into there, in fact, so it doesn't really matter. So he's firing for 21. And he just has a hindrance of 1. 21 and 16 is 27. Oh, sorry, 21 and 16 is 37. And they are going to be 16s. So we'll start with this guy here. 16s. So they need, well, we're at 37, 16, 20, they can't do it. So this guy is destroyed. Spent guy is rattled. And the other guy is an unconfirmed kill, so nobody can shoot back at us. So this goes away. That goes back in there.
Hey, darling, you want to go inside?
I think she's talking to the cat, not me. Yeah. Okay, so next, nobody's firing back because he's spent and he can't. So he is done. And now these guys are going to fire at these guys here. Right up their clacker. So they get die 10s. They're shooting for 24. Oh, we got a 1. Bugger! And nobody's shooting back, so that's that for them. And nobody else was shooting, so we're done. Okay, so the spent marker can come off. And we go on to the next one where we're going to shoot again. So we're going to take another 3 and use basically 2 to fire again. And we're going to fire with this guy first into here. like that. And he's firing for 21. Okay, with the one hindrance, 21 and 13 is 34. So this first guy here is there for 16. So he needs an 18 or better and gets an 11 and is blown away. And the other guy, same thing. 18 or better, gets 15 and it's blown away. Okay, nobody returns fire, so he is done. And that's 3 victory points for the Germans. Which brings it back to 3 victory points for the Russians. Okay, then this guy here is going to fire into these guys for 24 plus 13 is 37, and they are a 16 in the rear, so again that would be a maximum of 36, so they're hit. And it is rattled, so he is done. And this guy will fire with die 8s because he needs to rotate his turret to do it. And he's firing for 24 and misses because we've got a 1 for the hindrance. And nobody fires back. And that is done. So now we're going to use a we're going to use a 7 for an assault, and that puts it down to the 0. An assault would cost us 5, but we have to use the 7. And we're going to activate these guys. Like that. Okay. So the first thing that he's going to do is this little fella here is going to go a 1 to there and turn. And then he goes 2 to there. He goes 3 to there. And he's firing on these 2 here. So he'll get die 12s. And he's shooting for 24. Sorry, it's 1 die less, so he gets die 10s. Firing for 24. Plus 7 is 31. So the first one will be this little fella here who is on 11. So the T60 needs a 20. He tried, he got 16. And he is immobilized. And I just need to quickly clippy that one. And then we can have a go at the T34. So he's immobilized. And the T34 is a 16, so needs a 15. And gets a 12. So he is hit. He's a platoon. So we break him down into 2. One, 2, and he is like that. And he's moved 1, 2, 3, and he goes 4, 5, 6. 6 is as far as he can go. because he only gets half movement. Okay, next fella comes down to here. So I've got to turn him over. Oops. And does the same. Shooting for 24. Ooh. 24. I got that wrong before, but that's okay. 24 and 17 is 41. So let's be honest. He can't do anything. So he is hit again. So this guy comes off the T60 platoon. And two of his little T60s go on there. And that's like that. And then these guys are 16, so the most they can get is 36. So this bloke is dead. And this bloke is hit. And he is panicked. Okay, let's get rid of that T34. This bloke has moved 1 turn, 2, 3, turn, 4, 5, 6. And he is done. And last little tanky here goes 1, 2, and shoots into there with die 10s again. Shooting for 21. Ah, you got a bloody 1. What a pain in the bottom that was. Okay, so it's the Russians' turn. What the hell do they want to do? If they move, we'll shoot them. If they don't move, I think all they can do is try and rally. As much as I hate to say that. They've got nothing else to do. These two T60s, the only ones that could fire. They'd be firing die 8s over to here. Well, I suppose they could do some damage there, but realistically, I think rallying them is the best bet. So they're going to use a 4 to rally. So that's 4 on the German side, and then we're going to try and rally these 2. So that costs 4 more, takes it up to 8 on the German side. Okay, first guy who is immobilized, pain. He really needs 18 or more, or he's destroyed. Yeah. And he gets 11, so he's blown away. Sorry. Oops. Don't put it in there, put it up there. Okay, and then Mr. Panicked needs a 10 or more and gets a 12, so he's better. Not just going to help him in the long run. Okay, so we're back over to the Germans, and the Germans are going to fire. So they're going to have to use a 4, taking them down to 4. And they're going to activate these guys. So that's 1, 2, and this guy who's in range as well there. So it's going to cost them an extra. Do we want to do that? Yes, we do. Okay, so an extra 2 takes it down to 2 initiative. we will fire with this guy first. He gets these die 10s, die 12s, because he's not assaulting, and he's at 1 hex. Sorry, I'm bumping the table. Firing for 21. Oh, 41. So they're both hit. He rolled a natural 20. Not too bad. So we have an unconfirmed kill. And we have an unconfirmed kill. Ouch. Okay. Righto. This platoon will fire next. He's firing for 17 with a hindrance of 2. Oh, sorry, wrong die. 17 is 31 with a hindrance of 2, so he was fine. Okay, so this guy first, he's in the front arc. He has 23, so he needs a 9 or better. And rolls 12, he's good. And the other guy is a 16, so needs 13 or better and is blown away. And that's the last of the T60s. So that's another 3 victory points for the Germans, taking it back to 0. So the Russians are still winning because they've got the fate card. Okay, this bloke is finished, which leaves this little fella who's firing for 17 into the front arc again. Hindrance of 2. So, shit. 17 and 18 is 35. This bloke needs a 12 or better. And gets a 17, so he's still there. Right, so the Ruskies. That's their only unit. Wow, okay. Right, so we have 2 left. I am going to take a 9 and I am going to, that puts it 7 on the Russian side, and I'm going to do an assault. And I'm going to activate this guy and this guy and this guy. They're all in range of each other, so that's good. And I'm going to activate this guy. And I think that'll do. So that's another 1, taking it up to 8 for the Ruskies. Okay. So this bloke here is going to simply move, and he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and this guy will turn for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This guy will shoot into here. 4 die 10s at 21 plus 16 is 37. And this guy is a 16 and can't do anything because the most he can get is 36 and is gone. And that's 3 VP for the Germans, so it's 3 VP on the German side now. So this bloke then turns for 1, 2, 3, 4, turn 5, as far as he can go because he's shot. And this little man here is going to simply stay there. I'm going to leave these guys there just to protect that guy. Like that. Right, so it's the Russians' turn. They have nothing on the board, but they've got 8, so they're going to spend... In fact, they're going to spend 10 and get divisional support. So they're going to get 3 cards. So let's just bring this back here now. Like that. And we get 1, an anti-tank rifle. Again, no good to them. 2, command and control. That's a good one. And 3, fighter bomber. So they can flip the air support marker again. So they've got 2 they can't use. Okay, so that brings it over to the Germans. I didn't flip those back over. We're going to take a 10. Or are we? No, we're going to take an 8. And that'll put it 6 on the the Russian side. We're going to activate these 2 and this guy, and that's going to cost us 2, which will take it up to 8 on the German side, Russian side. And these guys are simply going to move. So this guy here is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 12, and turn this way. This guy is done. This guy here will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, turn, 11, 12, turn. Like, no, I don't want to go that far. Doot, doot, to there. Like that. And this guy will come 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, turn, 7 that way. Like that. That way we've sort of got coverage of the whole flank area. Okay, so the Ruskies now are going to play 1, and they're going to play an asset, and they're going to, wrong one, they're going to flip any one active command marker to its other side. And what they're going to do is they're going to flip this 0, just like that. And then it's their turn again, and they've got to take the 10, which puts it then 2 on the German side, and they are going to take more divisional support, I suppose. So 3 more cards for them. Okay, so they get smokescreen, engineer units, useless. Smokescreen, engineer units, and demolitions. Eliminate 1 fortification in the same hex as a fresh Soviet infantry unit, or 1 in an adjacent hex if the unit is... So again, useless. They can't use any of those cards. And we are done. Okay, so let's come over to Zip-Thrack. Dun, dun, dun. And the first thing we do is draw an event. So let's grab the events. And we have Master of Logistics. So let's have a look at what a master of logistics can do for anybody. The player with initiative, that's the Germans, may spend 8 initiative to take any one asset card in his discard pile back into his hand. Well, the only one we've got is this one, which is the Stuka dive bombers, and I'm not really worried about that. So, no, we're not going to do that. I'm not going to spend 8 initiative on that. Advance the turn marker, and we get Soviets. Okay, so we're up to time 11 of 13. Dun, dun, dun. No sudden death, no smoke to remove, no sniper activity. Move markers in pending to there, so they get their marker. Flip active mission markers to their tactical side while all the markers are on their tactical side. Remove tactical markers to pending. That's sucky. Set up reinforcements. Okay, so the Russians have the 2 platoons of T-34s and a command token. So they've got 2 command tokens and they've got 2 tankies. Okay, now the Germans are going to go first. So where are we going to place these Germans? Let's just move this like thus. So the Germans can come in anywhere from the road here, all the way along here, and all the way up to here, where there's no German unit in the hex. Now, the only way they're going to get points is to blow away these. So I am going to put this guy right here in Zaraf, like that, and this guy right here in Zaraf with him, like that, facing that way. No, face him that way, like that. That way at least one of them is facing, in fact they both face that way. This bloke is still in their front arc, like that. We've got the anti-tank gun there as well. Doesn't fire for quite as much, but no, that's the better way because we've got all these here. Okay, so we've done that and reseed the order matrix. So let's come up again. Grab our die 10s. And we get a 1 and a 9. 3 and a 5. 3 and a 5. 10 and a 4. And lucky lasties, 5 and 9. Wow. Okay. And that is that. Okie dokie do. Right. So all we have to do is knock out these 2 tanks. And it's game over, man. Game over. So that's what the Germans want to do. These guys want to knock out this shit and survive long enough to do that. Now, if these get knocked out, that's 6 VP, which will take it up to 8. These guys knock out this one, this one, this one, and this one. That will make it 8, which will leave it on 0 VP, and they have the fate card, which means that they will win. So if they can knock out these before they die, the Russians will win by default, even though they've got nothing left. So that's that. Right, so we'll call it quits there. And we will come back for what is likely to be, well, it could well be the last turn, but we'll just have to wait and see. So take care, and I'll catch you next time. Bye for now.